Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Happy Tuesday.
Welcome to Inside the Booth. I am Dan the Law.
And I'm Dreaming Tabitha. You know me full well if you've been here for a while. And if you're new here, well, you'll get to know us rather quickly as we're reviewing Brahmastra.
Brahmastra.
Okay. I know we normally say hello. I got to address that really quickly. Okay. So if anybody saw that we did the trailer reaction to this video a couple of weeks ago, right? All right. And we were struggling, at least I was struggling with Brahmastra, right? All right. But then, it's spelled that way, right? With the A clearly at the end. But in the trailer, they kept saying Brahmastra, right?
Yeah.
But go ahead and say it, even though we haven't dived into the movie just yet. They do say Brahmastra in this movie a lot.
Yes.
So I wasn't wrong, but I'm a little confused. There was a lot of ostras in here.
We weren't wrong or right. It was.
So the movie is actually called Brahmastra, but in the trailer, they just constantly kept saying Brahmastra.
Yeah, Brahmastra.
So we kind of figured out why.
Yeah.
We did.
Maybe ta at the end. I don't know.
Brahmastra. Yes. But anyway, I just had to get that out of the way before I forget, because I wanted to address that. Because if any of our Indian folk are out there, maybe they were chuckling or laughing at my ignorance. Joke's on you. They actually say it in the movie. Or maybe that's just the English.
That's the English way.
English way. Maybe in India, they don't actually say that. If you are from India and you're watching this evening, let us know. I mean, in India, do you call it Brahmast? Or is it actually Brahmastra? But anyway, we're here in the booth doing a movie review. How's everybody doing?
Yeah. Welcome again, everybody, inside the booth. Now we got Ola, the woke breaker. What's up, woke breaker?
Hello.
And Dioguri
Radav.
Yeah.
Yadav, excuse me.
I think he or she is from India.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, that's right. And it's late night at 9 p.m. for us. So they're like in the future. We're in the past.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Coexisting in the future and the past at the moment. Says first one was right. What I said. Brahmastra? I feel like I'm throwing some kind of like Spanish Italian flavor on there, but what can I say? I am not surrounded by the Indian dialects that are too numerous to name.
He says he is a he.
Thank you for letting us know. He wouldn't want to do something wrong. Sketchy guy was here, is not here any longer.
I know.
Busy with some stuff, helping his
dad's
dad
birthday,
out.
84th birthday.
And Uncle Mike was here. Hello.
Uncle Mike. What's up, Uncle Mike?
So, we
oh, well, I guess he's still kind of lingering.
Oh, there you are. What's
the matter for you? It's all right. What's the matter for you?
I tell you what, Dan, I don't know about you. You typically don't write down any notes. You just kind of go off how's it saying? Go off the seat of your pants, as they say. I have got 2 pages worth of notes here.
Oh, wow.
To discuss this movie. I can't wait to get into it.
We're going to be like an hour and a half long tonight.
I don't think so. I think I could try to contain myself and summarize things. At the same time, maybe I'll just be like this movie and be totally wide open. I have chosen my colors specifically in the background for this movie itself. A very colorful movie, but that's why I had
I think overall, I did enjoy most of this movie. Overall, I'm just gonna get that out there.
Would watch again?
Yeah, I think so.
I had to think about that one, didn't you?
I did. I watched it with my kids today. I did start watching it yesterday, but last night, like I told you. And sorry, I just had to move something. And and I just fell asleep because I was just exhausted.
I was getting sleepy myself, which is one of those days. It's a bit dreary here. And so with it being a 3+ hour or almost 3 hour movie, yes, I did find myself getting sleepy, not necessarily because of the lack of interest in the film. It's just that time of night. So I did finish watching the rest of it this afternoon for sure. Overall, I would say was quite a pleasant movie to watch for sure. You'll notice that in the title of this evening's show, I titled it "India Should Take Over Disney," and I can't wait to tell you guys why.
All right. Do we want to just get into that? So why don't you just tell us why?
Well, let's get into it, guys. If you're new here and you don't know, we list 5 categories that we like to look the movie over with, and then give give each category a point or a half a point or no point, depending on our thoughts on each topic there. The first one being the ever famous plot, because without the plot, there is no movie. I mean, that's not true. I mean, you got shows like
let's just say this real quick before we get into the plot. Hit that like button.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Vanquish it. Okay.
Or wait until we divulge the plot and then be like, yeah, I like this.
Let's do the plot. Does it have a climax? Does it have
right. Does it have an arc of any kind? Man, this movie. Okay, so let me flip over to my first page of notes here.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. This movie is like, I might be a little confused on how I'm going to really give points to this, because let's just say everything about this movie is pretty much dynamic, right? Whether for good or bad, everything is just like popping, screaming, colors, sounds,
lights,
camera, action. I mean, it's everywhere. So the plot, I will say, my bad. So guys, if you have not known anything about, or if you don't know anything about Brahmastra, we can give you the quick summary of what it is about. A young man on the brink of falling in love gets his world turned upside down when he discovers he has the power to control fire and a connection to a secret society of guardians. Now, honestly, for a movie that is this long, I feel like that is such a short synopsis. I know
it is. I know it's like a basic. It's more basic.
I know that summaries are meant to be short, but that just doesn't even do it justice. So yeah, there's a young guy that is out and about living his life, and he sees this girl. Like, we get actually introduced into the movie with like a prologue, right, to give you an idea of the powers and the Brahmastra, which, by the way, is like this circular disc. And if you've not seen the movie, we's doing spoilers.
Yeah, that's right. Heavy on spoilers tonight, everybody.
There's like all these guardians and angelic folk, right? And
they're like almost like gods and goddesses. And
I think they even say that. And then there's this bad guy that wants to consume all the power, because they all have individual powers. Of course, they put it.
And he wants all of them.
And he was able to somehow get more than one, because typically everybody just has the one, and he just wanted more and more. I will say some of the plot confused me, because it was, it's a foreign film for us.
Right.
Even though it was in English, but a lot of the stuff is foreign film. The names are a little bit difficult to remember sometimes. And
the lore is foreign. So
just trying to keep up, but essentially you have these gods, goddesses, bad guy, magical powers. You've got present day, where this young man's out and about in his life, a disc jockey, if I'm not mistaken, and he falls in love immediately with this girl that he sees, and quickly discovers that he has a secret, right? He has a power that he doesn't understand, that doesn't really know is a power. Basically, fire does not burn him, and he doesn't understand why. And then as things progress, there's bad guys, trying to chase down the stone because it was broken apart. And
come back and watch.
It's right. It was a like on your way out. And then they have to meet with the almighty guru who can train him in these powers, and then he takes on the bad guy.
He's
And
like a Professor X style guy.
Indian Professor X with a lot of hair.
Yeah. He actually looks like Egon Spangler, the old Egon Spangler. If you saw that movie.
By the way, this movie is just part one. Just let you know, this is part one, Shiva, which is the young man's name. So all that being said, we don't really get a proper introduction to the main character Shiva until 22 minutes into the movie. So I will say I did have a difficult time with that. So that is not to say that the young man doesn't show up until 22 minutes in there. No, he's there, but it is like bam, 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 things happening so quickly. And you don't even know what's going on. And then he's in love. And then he's like doing some parkour. And he's hanging out of a freaking elevator to look at the young woman.
I think they started it with a dance, a musical, or not a musical, like a music video dance thing where they're singing and he's dancing.
She's not even phased shoulders that he's hanging out of an elevator, by the way. Not even a little bit.
Well, she did say, get in. What are you, crazy or something like that?
Yeah, but it was so nonchalant, like, what are you crazy? Like, okay. And they're going down several stories. And that for me, like, even there's a prologue, and then we get introduced to this scientist, which honestly, Dan, I have no idea who that guy was, what he was for, and why he was significant to the story.
Right. He was one of the guardian keepers of the Brahmastra piece. Like,
okay.
3 pieces, and he was a keeper of one of the pieces, trying to keep it away, keep them separate so that they don't come together. And
that makes a lot more sense, because as the movie got on, because again, it was so long, I got confused.
Right. And when all 3 pieces come together, the big bad guy that wanted all the power comes to life, or something like that, comes back to life.
So that happens really quickly. That part, like the scientist is sitting there, and then the bad guys come, and it's slam bam in your face action. Like, there wasn't really a lot of build up to that. For me, that was.
Oh, by the way, the main bad guy there that they're trying to bring back to life, his name is Dave.
Okay. Dave. You too? Okay. I was like,
it sounded like Dave. It was D-V, but they kept saying Dave. Dave.
His name is Dev, but the way their accents are, it did. I was watching them like, there is no way they gave the bad guy a name so simple as Dave.
And everybody else has so weird names, you know?
Yeah, they all have, more typical or, prominent
Indian names.
And then you've got Dave. I finally had to go on my phone and look it up. I'm like, surely his name is not Dave.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I wanted to make a little clip of, you saw the penguins of Madagascar, right? And the squid, and he goes, who are you? And he's like, it's me, Dave. I'm Dave. I wanted to make a little clip of that, but I didn't have time.
That would have been great. I mean, yeah, that would honestly be like Thanos being Bob.
Yeah.
It just
Bob.
Right. I did. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought, no way they named the bad guy Dave, but yeah.
It was Dave.
So
Dev,
I just
maybe Dave. I don't know how they say their E's.
I think it was. I think it's supposed to be like kind of like a Dave Dev compilation. There, it's just because again they don't really have Daves, right? And so when they say it, it sounds a lot more romantic and exotic. When we say it, we're like Dave. But okay, so honestly, for the plot, when you finally watch it all the way through, and I'm trying to concentrate, I don't think it was bad. But honestly, for me, it was a little bit confusing because there's so much. And I don't know if that's really has to do with the plot or just the length of the movie. So I just kind of coupled it together with the plot. I honestly,
love.
Okay. Okay. I like the premise of the movie, but that love fuels everything, and he was
I mean, it was
that.
cute, you know. I mean,
That is
it,
exactly what it was. It was
it
cute,
was. It was
and
cute.
it was cute. And I was just like, no. So for
But
honestly,
yeah,
if
I
it
get it.
wasn't for
I
that
get it.
part, if it
The-
wasn't for the fact that love fueled his superpower, okay, I would have given this a point. I give it a half a point.
but do you remember that not just love fueled it, but he could have fueled it with love or fear. Remember that? So if he had fear, he wouldn't be able to control it as well, but it would be like unpredictable and it would hurt people and
Nevertheless, his superpowers are fueled by love.
yeah. He chose love over
Yeah.
fear. So
That would be like Luke Skywalker or Superman or Batman being fueled by love. No.
well, I mean, love isn't just the cutesy love stuff, but
But this one was.
right, this one was because of the girl. Yeah,
He was the only reason he was able to unlock his superpowers was because he loved this cute chick and he fueled it with love. So for that,
right.
I give it a half a point. But again, India should take over Disney because that's not a bad plot for a children's movie.
Right. Oh, it's a good movie. I thought it was.
Yeah,
good.
I do. Yeah.
Yes, the love thing was a little cheesy, but at the same time, if you think about love altogether, I mean, that's as Christians, we are driven by love. You know,
I
Jesus
agree.
loved so much, he died on the cross.
That wasn't the kind of love.
I know.
I agree.
They did mention, he loved her so much, he sacrificed himself. So that it's kind of there, I mean, it wasn't like a masculine love, like, where you die for somebody, but it was kind of there. But you're right. It was geared more toward the relationship side of him and the girl. Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is.
So here is our dilemma, guys. Dan and I agree. Fantastic movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, this is much like RRR. You haven't watched that, okay?
They got the love, yeah.
In the fact that this is brotherly love. Well, what I mean is, like, this movie is so over the top and so ridiculous in so many ways that doesn't make sense, but it's so good.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know why.
Yeah.
So overall, we like this movie, but there are some things where it's like, let's try to explain why we even like this movie.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go with a half a point as well. I would like to give it a full point.
Yes.
Especially if they did that, sacrificial type love where he just, because I mean, he kind of had it a little bit, he was an orphan, and he lived with those orphan kids and he always helped them out, type of thing, in the middle part.
But that was before his superpowers came to be.
Right. But I mean, loving kids is kind of like a superpower, right? I mean,
well, for some, maybe for some, I don't think that was the same thing, but I mean, like, but this was also, I wrote down, is this Indian Aladdin? Because when all of a sudden you find out he's an orphan and he's living with the street rats and stuff like that, and like he just talked to the pretty girl, took him back to the orphanage or back to his place to show her that he wasn't much of anything, even though his flat was fantastic.
And his music's awesome.
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is Indian Aladdin. This is what we're watching.
That could be.
He was his own genie, basically.
Yeah, right? Basically. But yeah, all right. Anyways, I already gave it the half point. Let's move on.
Well, it's kind of hard because there's so many things like I have my my category page, and then I have my notes. Okay, so I just have to say we waste no time going from plot point to the next. Danger, love, dance scene. Like that's literally true. How this movie opens up. Danger, love, dance scene.
Yep, yep.
Literally.
And there's like 3 or 4. Is it 3 or 4? I can't remember. Where it's like music videos.
There's
like
one of the there's one in the
3 or 4
beginning.
music videos. There's one in the beginning. Yeah.
One when he gets trained.
Yeah,
Wait,
especially the training one. There was one before the training one. I don't in between the beginning and the training session. The training session that just I wish they would have shortened that song. Didn't have him sing it, but like just do the training. Like
do we want to do music
like a montage training? Yeah. I know
music.
we're already talking about it.
It kind of
out of order tonight, everybody, or out of order.
It'll flow into one another. I promise. The plot really goes into the music because the music is part of the story. Let's be real. Yeah. Oh, and then it'll go into the acting.
Subtitles telling you what the song is all about, telling you the words, and you're like, oh, that's such a beautiful song. You know, I mean, it's nice.
I mean, India is nothing if not spectacular in their music and choreography.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly, for sure. But yeah,
did it help the movie though, in your opinion, Dan?
No. I mean, it's hard to say. Like the first one in the beginning, that was okay. That kind of helped the movie because he was DJing and then he starts singing and dancing in his own, his own.
It kind of revealed who he was, but he was kind of a party, happy-go-lucky person.
Yeah, exactly. And that was cool. That was good. But the other ones, not so much. Like that, especially, like I said before, especially that training montage. He didn't have to sing. Just do the montage, cut it shorter, cut out him singing about whatever.
In the woods.
Just have it in the, we know he was bringing love fire everywhere, So it's, we know, you don't have to have him sing it for, how long was that song? It was like 10 minutes of him singing about love and all the montage fires and how he can bring the fire now,
Dan's gonna take a breath. He's like, he's a fire. I mean, for real. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like this movie is about like love, and then
we got that concept already. I mean,
so it quickly, once it's revealed that love is what fuels his superpower,
it kind of can guess in the beginning too. Anyways, you kind of can guess. Oh, that's because that's a love thing. Like, and of course, everybody says the fire of love. The fire of love flows within us. It burns in you. You love. I mean, it's obvious.
I will say I was a little bit surprised when he was saying that, I know love is a strong action, love emotion that can fuel things, but to really, when they were like, oh, it's your love that unlocks your, no, okay. But yeah, going through the woods while it does not help that they decided to make his superpower color pink and like purplish and orange. Okay.
Right. There's a weird red.
It was a girly color.
Yeah,
okay. It was beautiful.
Red fire.
It was beautiful. India, their colors,
spectacular. Right, but it was nice. It was nice. I mean, it worked.
But it was just so cheesy too, because when he's like firing off his little love darts there,
right.
And I mean,
but there was, kind of in the end, there was a mixture of orange and yellow in it too. Just saying, there was some mixtures of.
Yeah, maybe that's because then he was a little bit more aggressive. But it's just like so music. Okay, guys, so music is top notch. It's fantastic, I don't know. Like Dan said, that one in the middle was number one, too long. And I don't think he should have been the one singing it, to be honest. I think it should have been something else, like a narration or something like that. Kind of like, I don't know, Encanto or something like that, where somebody else is singing in the background.
And what is beautiful is the music throughout, like the movie parts.
Yes.
So beautiful. So good music.
Yes.
I love it. I love this Indian music, man.
I know, right?
And a lot of it's just like voices, and you're like, wow, that works. In this, I don't know why,
I don't know why. It just works.
Yeah, it's like John Williams and all his instruments, but it's just voices, and it's like, wow.
I will give the music a point because it's great. Now, again, this is kind of difficult because so I wrote down literally Guys, this is a music video movie, is what this movie is. Okay. Not in the way that RRR was. I think RRR was better with the placement of their songs and how they did it. But to be fair, RRR was a way more gritty masculine movie. This is not the same kind of genre.
Right. This is more like superhero powers.
This is like fantasy, sci-fi. The other one was more, you know, gore, action.
Yeah.
Or action gore.
Punching people in the face and blood splitting.
I do give this movie a point. However, like Dan and I were saying, some of the songs, it made you cringe a little inside instead of help the story. So did you say you give the point as well?
I still give the music a point, even though there were some spots it didn't fit well. Yeah. But overall, good music, you know.
I think it was the music that really made me realize that this is what would happen if we really tried to translate Disney movies into live action. I know we have live action Disney movies, but they are catered around trying to make musicals out of these Disney movies. This is different. This is a movie being what it is. The people in India, I don't know that they were inspired by Disney cartoons. So to me, I'm like, this is what a Disney movie would actually look like if they tried to translate it into a live action.
Well, like The Lion King, that should have been more musical. Just because the cartoon was.
Oh, why did they
change it? You haven't seen it? Okay. You were inside the booth when we talked about it at one time. Oh. But of course, that was a pre-recorded video, so that was way before we did live. So
before my time.
That's it. Before time.
Well, so we went a little around the wagon here. So we did plot, we did music. The music, I think, flows into the acting, which normally would be our secondary thing. So it is difficult to, try to perform in so many different ways and be believable and be really good. So the fact that they're trying to act with their emotions, they're singing, they're dancing, that's a lot. But I will say that for me, the acting, most everybody was really fantastic for sure. Hey, Caleb watches movies.
Yeah,
we are doing Brahmastra. And we're doing the acting. We're going a little bit out of order here. We already did the music. We're doing acting, and all right. So I have got some
channel again.
I've got some funny comments here. Shout out. This is literally what I wrote out. Shout out to the busty lady dancing in the beginning. Okay, she was amazing.
Yeah, she did a good job. Yeah, I think they all did good.
They all did, but the people that they put at the forefront are the best. And I just have to say, like, one thing I really appreciated about this movie too, with the different dance numbers, was just like all the different. And this is neither here nor there. It's just something that Dave. That's right, Caleb. It's Dave.
Dave. He must have seen this movie. Dave.
We got to make sure that Dave doesn't get the Brahmastra. It's just the different body types and things like that. I appreciate that Hollywood, like even the main gal herself, shoot, what's her name?
Shiva.
No, Shiva was the dude, and now I can't remember what the lady's name was, which is terrible because she was, pretty. Isha. I got it backwards. Isha. And she herself, while she was thin, when she was wearing her sari or whatever it was, she didn't have like these Wonder Woman abs. I appreciate that in a leading lady as beautiful as she is.
Right.
I wrote down appreciate the director letting the girls have some meat on the bones.
Right. Look at Caleb coming in here telling us the actor's name and
Aaliyah and she was also in
RRR.
Thanks for letting us know.
I'm joking.
Yeah, really. So I have to say that the evil woman, her tattoos were really cool. The way that they did them on her neck, her hands, they were really cool.
Right.
Her eye makeup was a little much for me, but she was fantastic.
She was good as an evil woman. Yeah, whoever that actress is.
Right, Caleb. Who was she?
Yeah, who was the evil woman?
I swear we're professionals. We
look it all up all the time.
I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is Mooney Roy or she played as Janoon. She did a fantastic job with her expressions and everything. I will say the leading guy though, and see this is one reason why I didn't bring all these names up here. I just don't want to be disrespectful and pronounce them incorrectly, but it's Ranbir Kapoor. He was the main guy who played as Shiva. I have to say, while he did a great job. Again, this slowly was turning into a Disney movie because
it was.
I wrote down that he had often this dumb cow expression.
What's up, cannoli?
No disrespect to the cows. I'm just saying, like there was
which one was this?
That's the main guy, Shiva.
Okay.
Every time. Okay, this movie also reminds me a lot of Twilight. I know, I said it. It's just like he and this woman, right from the beginning, there is so much staring.
Like, so beautiful.
And it didn't help that they constantly put the twinkles in his eyes.
They did do a good job, like showing her as like she was like the beautiful lady of the movie and stuff.
Of course, because they had freaking wind blowing out of nowhere constantly. Yeah, right. Every now and then,
just hair. Whoosh, whoosh. Like Hollywood doesn't do that anymore. They
were in his apartment or whatever like that and just staring off at a wall and her hair's just kind of floating.
Yeah, and all the kids were staring at her like, oh, so beautiful. And then she starts dancing. I do tell you this. Indians must be kind of like, they must be part white. They can't really dance that well.
What are you talking about?
Well, like when, I don't know, just some of it, I'm thinking, never mind. Don't listen to me.
Indians have some of the most beautiful choreography.
Yeah, they do have good dancing.
So I did not know where you were gonna go with that. I was like, Dan, there are different.
Well, I mean, they would just. India I know.
Where are you going with this? It's just a different form of dance that we're not accustomed to, for sure. It's a cultural thing, but Dan, you're funny. I did not know where you're going to go.
Me either.
But Dan, time out here.
Notes. I need my notes. I didn't mean to say that.
Dan's off script. Somebody get him his notes. Okay, but in the beginning, again, this is like, is it between acting or is it directing or script writing? Because when they first see each other, like they stared at each other for so freaking long before his friend's like, hey, Shiva, what are you doing? I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh. Again, I just like was getting Twilight vibes from this. And the guy didn't do a bad job, but I don't think it was the greatest. Like even when he would get his visions and stuff like that, and he was in pain, I just
kind of doing the shaking thing.
It just seemed really weird to me and not very. This guy is an actor; he's a professional actor, but I just didn't think it seemed very seasoned. His acting didn't seem very seasoned in this movie. Maybe that's their style, but he had that dumb cow expression quite frequently in the latter part of the movie too. And there were some childish fight scenes. Like the choreography for the fight scenes. Maybe it was the choreography or was the actors. They weren't very good at some of the fight scenes. I thought were a little bit trivial and childish, but
I liked them.
Acting,
well, of course, I am like a child, so I'm like a kid trapped in a man's body.
I'm a child at heart, But I just some stuff I noticed. I'm like, ugh. And even when he was like lighting the fires in the forest and stuff, some of it was just kind of weird to me.
Well, that's because he was like finding love, and he was like,
right. It doesn't help when you're trying to
and sing at the same time
and have a dumb cow expression. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at the guy. Again, we're watching a foreign film. People learn differently, their different skill sets and everything.
We have had comments about our trailer reaction, though, how some people really didn't. Some of the Indian people didn't really like this movie. So,
well, I mean, every movie's not going to be for everybody. So
no, that's true. That's true.
I have a hard time figuring how I want
Must be that love thing.
Honestly, this is really sad, okay? I give acting a point. I would dock it a point for the main actor. Honestly, Shiva was my least favorite character. Everybody else I thought did a fantastic job. So I will give acting a point.
All right.
How sad is that?
I'm also going to give acting a point. I did enjoy it, I enjoyed it all. I didn't see too much crying, though. Would you rather have powers of fire or
kick butt DJ career?
DJ career?
Why not both? Because you can in
Yeah, you
Brahmastra.
could do that's
There was crying in this. He
was
cried
there
more than
crying?
she did. Oh yeah, he had the tears come down, and
Oh, I didn't see much tears.
during his
I
Harry
guess I was
Potter
paying-
moment.
I don't remember. I guess I didn't notice it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I was not watching at that moment.
When I say Harry Potter moment, he was a young child, and his mom sacrificed herself while he was.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Oh, that was a baby crying. I mean, babies cry like that all the time.
No, I wasn't talking about the baby. I was talking about the adult. By the way, mad kudos. I'm a little bit. I don't know. I'm impressed and mad about the baby scene because I just got me thinking. It's really sad that we make children cry or allow them to cry before we. To get them on film in just the right way. Like, how long do they let the kids be miserable before they pick them up and be like,
spanked him real like, whoosh, okay, whee! Okay, film it, hurry up.
That would be awful, man.
No, but the baby looked like he was teething. He had like 2 teeth.
Yeah,
and he was drooling and crying. My kids did that when they were.
Oh yeah, they all do.
When they're teething, they cry and they're miserable. They probably just waited for a child to start teething, crying and miserable, and they're like, okay, put him there while he's crying.
They probably kept him up from his nap.
Awesome. Yeah. This crying's awesome. I love it. So what made me I was thinking though, because he does have that firepower, I was wondering if maybe that baby started that fire because he was afraid.
Now, see, that would have been better.
Baby was afraid of something, then the fire happened, and then the mother catches on fire, and the baby's crying more, still being more afraid. That's what I was thinking was happening.
And that would have been great.
I mean, they didn't explain it like that, but they didn't really explain it at all. So that's why
the guru explained that, and he was trying to protect the mother, and wasn't it one of the bad guys set the house on fire, right?
I don't know. It's kind of
lost.
I don't know. They didn't really explain it well. Let's just say that.
Yes, I will agree. There were some things where I'm like, I don't understand.
Right, exactly.
Because it's a long
movie. The mother was the lover of Dave. Was the lover of Dave, and then she decided that he was becoming too evil or something. So that's why Dave.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there was one line in here that was fantastic. Guys, take notes. That was when he was talking about his mom, and he said, and I think Isha asked what she was like or something like that, and Shiva responds, "A goddess, like all mothers are." I wrote, "What a line." What a line. A goddess like all mothers are. I'm like, of course she fell in love with this dude. He hit every mark.
Yeah, right. He knew what to say.
He had a job. He was clean. He was handsome. He had a good sense of humor. He loved little kids. He talked good about his mama. Of course she fell in love with him.
All right. So next is, since we were talking about that baby scene, cinematography. I loved the cinematography on this. Even the dance numbers and the singing and the music video part. They did such a great job. Every angle was a little different. And there was something about the colors, I think, that just made me go, ooh. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. And that's kind of like what I was looking at the whole movie was just like
Dan was like
photography. I was like,
colors.
This movie, man. I mean, they even did a good job at the night scenes where when they're doing their light show with their hands or whatever power that they have in their and you see the light reflecting off their skin and off the ground and stuff like that. You could tell that they put a lot of time and effort into this to make it look good.
Yeah, I only had a few complaints with the CGI when they were when different people were falling off the cliffs. Those were the worst parts.
Yeah, well, the cliff was CGI too. You could tell.
Well, that was fine. It was more of like when they, like when the scientist guy is falling through the air. He's not really falling. He's just kind of being pushed into it. And then, the other people that later on fall off the cliff. And it was just like, that's not well done. That's not well done. I wish we would have spent more time with the other superpower kids on the team. So during the final battle scene, we felt some of their sacrifice. Yeah, I will say that one kid dying was a real big surprise.
Oh yeah, that really got me upset. I said, okay, now this woman has to die for real now, because I mean, she just went and did it. She killed a kid.
That's right.
My son was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't like her anymore."
Oh, Dan, calm down over there. My goodness.
Shaking everything.
Yeah, the colors were so fun. I can't even. I just mentioned this. The chair balcony scene was a little bit bizarre. When they pushed him out. But yeah, great camera work and lighting. All right, so this isn't exactly CGI, but placement and hang on a second. Cough button. Actually, this might be a great time to do a commercial because Tabitha.
Oh, yes, let's do it. It's been 40 minutes.
A wee bit of a break, guys. Check this out.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and that is where the real money of the movie, or this podcast anyways, is made. Not only do we do t-shirts and beautiful mugs and all that kind of merchandise jazz, we also have a Patreon page where you can become a member for just $1 a month. $1. I'll buy that for $1. So $1 a month, become a Patreon member. We would very much appreciate it. Another way to help support this beautiful, wonderful channel is by vanquishing that like button, subscribing to the channel, and dinging the bell button. I didn't get enough time to hit that video, but ding the bell.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
That one. Also share. Sharing is caring. If you don't share, nobody's not even gonna know about us. So you guys help us out by sharing. We're almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark. And we're almost at that 4,000 watch hour. By the way, another thing about this watch hour thing, if you do us a favor, you can watch our stuff on mute, on silent. You can even walk away from it, but let the video run. I don't know, do it for like a half a day or something. I mean, that's what I do. But let it run. Help us get to that 4,000 watch hour. We're almost there. We're at like 3,740 something like that. So we're almost there, and we're almost at the subscriber level just to get monetized. We would love it and appreciate you guys very, very much.
He's the best.
One more thing for a that's it. One more thing, just one more thing. If you notice, I have something behind me called Girl Scout cookies. My daughter, I know, if you don't want to support this channel, at least support my daughter. She is selling Girl Scout cookies. You guys like Girl Scout cookies? I am going to leave the link right here in the chat box. Go ahead. You can buy Girl Scout cookies now online from my daughter, and you just pay shipping and it'll ship to you wherever in the United States. So that would be amazing. We're trying to get 200 boxes sold for her so she can get some cool little prizes that she wants.
Absolutely. You should always try to support because
Never give up. Never surrender.
you tell that to your daughter, Dan. Tell that to
I
your
will.
daughter. Never give up. Never surrender. Girl Scout cookies in the description. Well,
I
no,
mean,
in
Girl
the
Scout
link.
cookies are yummy, anyways. You know?
Real quickly, favorite Girl Scout cookies. Please tell us. Mine are the lemonades.
Oh yeah, I like the peanut butter sandwiches cookies.
You know,
Those
everybody
are-
talks about the thin mints and the coconut
Yeah.
some things, which they're okay, but I've got to say
are-
the
these are the things.
lemonades.
Yeah,
Personal
lemonades are-
favorite.
Mhm.
the
They got a new one that you can only get online, not.
Ooh, an
not
online exclusive. Well, good thing you dropped the link down below because
That's it.
otherwise people will be missing out. But yes, exactly. That's the ones that I was thinking of. Samoa's all day.
Oh, there you go. Those are good.
But where were we, Dan? I was talking about something and then I had to cough. Oh, graphics?
We're finishing up cinematography.
I was talking about placement of items where I was when we last left our hero. Just little things, right? So it just caught my attention. Maybe it did yours as well. But the cup of whatever that was sitting on the guy's little workstation there in the beginning when Shiva's going back inside the temple to when they're doing the setup for, I guess, the next dance routine, the next party. That part had me a little confused. I don't know what was going on.
Right.
But there was a cup of some unattractive fluid resting there. And I assume it was tea with milk or with cream of some kind in it.
Okay, right.
But nevertheless, I don't know why, but I got the biggest kick out of that choice. Maybe they thought it was normal. I'm just saying you would never see a beverage like that. Unless they were like Smoothie King or making fun of these juicers and stuff like that. I just say for some reason that just caught my attention because it wasn't water, it wasn't soda, it wasn't a cup of coffee.
Right.
I don't know why, but I just thought that was cool. Perfectly placed, well lit. I don't know. It just for me. So cinematography gets a point for me just because of that cup.
Yeah. I'll give it a point as well. Just because, I liked it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
But I did not really notice the cup. I think I noticed it a little bit off to the corner of my eye, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
Right. It was just a little thing of beauty.
I was paying more attention to like him watching the little screen on the TV, going, "Oh, the scientist! I had a vision of him.
Yeah,
I saw. I was there."
Another deer in the headlight expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant,
Nice,
guys.
nice.
Brilliant. No disrespect intended, but anyway. So that would leave us with our last category, does it?
Yes, our last category of the night is the allegory.
Allegory. All right, hit me, Dan. What you got? I'm curious to see.
I mean, there's a lot there. You can, because it is from India, and India has a lot of religious stuff in it. You can take a lot of that religious stuff and kind of mix match it to Christianity.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely, for sure. Especially what some of the stuff that they believe in. But I did enjoy I think I liked a lot of it. The main part, I guess, was the whole love thing. Because I wasn't thinking the cutesy love all the time, even though that's what it was.
Right.
I was trying to think deeper,
like more agape love.
Yeah, more of the agape love and protection type of love and stuff like that, where that guy could have almost been like he didn't die in the movie, but he was sacrificing himself to get rid of the evil power that was going to destroy the world.
From Dave.
Yeah, from Dave. I got you, Dave.
They might as well have named him Stanley.
Steve.
Jeff. Oh no, Jeff's trying to take over the world. Dun, dun, dun.
Dave, I still can't help but think about that octopus Dave in the Penguins of Madagascar.
It's so good.
Why?
So good. All right. Well, so you're gonna have to pick one.
Okay, so love,
maybe
compassion, sacrifice, kind of, you know, like Jesus sacrificed himself for us. He loved us so much, and love overtaking fear, you know, because that one part he says it's either fear or love that's going to, you know, take you to wherever you're going to go. And he chose love over fear, and that's, you know, and in the one song it was talking about how love is truth, you know, type of thing. And that's, you know, that's true for us as Christians. Jesus is truth, and he is love, and he loves us so much that he died for our sins. He gave his self for us. He sacrificed himself. And you could watch this almost like in a spiritual way of, you know, fighting good and evil, you know,
of course,
and, you know, stuff like that. And it's got that typical good and evil fights stuff in there. So, so yeah, I guess that's what, I mean, you can grasp some stuff and take a lot from it. So, but that's mainly what I'm going to take out of it, is the whole love thing. So I'll give it a point because, you know, just because it's there, because it's, you know, it's, and you don't have to be religious to know that love is more powerful than hatred and anger. And because, you know, and because hatred and anger is very toxic for the body, you know, but if you love somebody, and it doesn't have to be a sexual love,
right.
Like a lot of people think, oh, love is supposed to be sexual. It's not. But if you love somebody, you'll always be there to forgive them, to show them mercy, you know, and just be kind and loving to people. That's something that we need to do in our day-to-day basis. Forgive people, forgive ourselves, love each other, love ourselves, you know. And then and that's
Dave.
Love Dave. Maybe in part 2, that's how he's going to defeat his fathers, by loving him. You know?
I love you, Dave.
I love you, Dave.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you know, I mean, so that's it. Our day-to-day life, love each other. So I'll give it a point, you know.
What did you do?
That's what I was gonna do.
Whitey, where are you?
Dave!
Dave!
Where are the children?
That's great. My gosh. So my allegory was a little bit abstract, just because I had it like towards the beginning, even when the prologue was rolling out, and then because the movie was so long, and then I watched it in 2 days, I kind of forgot what my allegory was. Like he said, there's a lot that can be drawn from this, but I'm just trying to. I cannot remember exactly what it was in the beginning. I think one thing that I really enjoyed, though, it's not exactly an allegory, but I think you could turn it that way, was just like he said, you know, the Hinduism is strongly prevalent in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think something that was beautiful was just seeing in the beginning, and even for the cinema, how strong their values are with their religion, that they're putting it in their movies. It's people came together in celebration of this kind of universal religion, I guess you could say, at least for their country. And it just kind of I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how America used to do it back in like the 40s, you know. I mean, they would always have some kind of God in there, but
and so I something that just caught my attention and I admire is how much their religion still strongly influences, and in a positive way, strongly influences their culture and their projects, right? Just different projects. And I think, my goodness, we don't do that. If anything, it's become a laughing stock, or it's become something evil. Like a lot of these horror movies have the Catholic Church, where the priests and the nuns are the ones possessed by demons and causing chaos and things like that. It's not exactly an allegory, but I do that was something that really caught my attention. And
that's good.
The Bible even talks about that there's power in unity, right?
Yeah,
there's definitely peace in unity. So whilst I am of a different religion from Hinduism, I think that foundation right there is so important and impactful, and something to be taken away within our own religion, that we are very much divided in names, in denominations, and all of these things, when it was never meant to be that way. And you see that today. I'm sure there are many people in India that have cast aside the religion of Hinduism. I'm sure as the generations go, because that's just kind of how it goes, that the religion kind of gets put on the back burner. But it is still so strong that even their movies are containing it in a positive way. And I think that's something to be learned of, because it puts you on board with people. You still should be free to have ideas. And, like with us, we talk about the Bible, and we try to learn from one another, and let the Holy Spirit guide us. But that used to be the thing that was normal. We need to become unified again about it. There's so much chaos in the world because of the fact that the church has lost sight of its mission and who our identity is and who we need to be. And so while it's not exactly the main focus of the movie, that was just something that I noticed, is that, even later on, the girl Isha was praying to whatever deity she was praying to, when she thought that Shiva was going to die. Right. And I just thought, wow, how beautiful, how interesting. It would be such a twist, such a turn today, if Hollywood even did something similar for us here.
Yeah. Even if you look at Christianity, there's even a spiritual aspect of that, spiritual warfare and fighting. You could make something great and tremendous, just like India did. There's a lot of potential for stuff like that too.
I don't even mean like in a sci-fi fantasy way.
Well, right, I get it, but I'm just
even in a positive light, right? Just even in a positive light, where religious people aren't nutbags that live in fear and Bible thump and sit in their houses all day just telling people, I'll pray for your soul, but never actually mingle in society. We're not depicted as normal people. We're depicted as insane fraidy cats who don't know how to coexist in the world.
Right, which is not true at all.
Which is not true at all.
A lot of people don't like to recognize this, but America was founded on Christianity, and that's what it used to be for decades, and then it just, I don't know, it seems like it's almost like recent is when it kind of started falling off the face of the earth.
It's been in motion since the 60s.
Well, right, I get that, but it's like, but it just, even from the 1960s to now, that's still kind of on the recent side. Those people are still alive from the 1960s,
I think because of the chaos that's been happening in the last 5 years, that it just seems like the whole world has gone to pot in 5 years, rather than slowly the decay of time.
Right, exactly. Well, exactly. That's true.
And maybe because it's in our generation, whereas even our forefathers and stuff like that probably wondered if it was in their generation. But anyway, that I don't know if that allegory is worth a point or not, but it was just something I noticed, how beautiful it was that their culture is heavily influenced by their religion, and it works, it flows, it just makes sense. But I'll just go ahead and give it a point. And with that being said, let me look at my extra notes just in case I had something else I wanted to say. No, here we go. I did talk about the random breezes in her hair. Oh, then one other thing I wanted to mention, which has nothing to do with any of the plots or points categories. They say Brahmastra a lot. I mean, a lot. To the point where it was ridiculous. I think they knew I was going to watch this movie and they just wanted me to get the point across. Like, it's Brahmastra. No, Tabitha, you were right. It's not just Brahmastra. It's Brahmastra.
Yeah.
But there was the Brahmast. And then there was Brahmastra. And then there was the Verast or something. And then there was Brahmastra. So there was too many Astras in this movie.
There was quite a lot. I mean, they even said it in the beginning, all those different things, because they were the different people and the different weapons that were given to them. And
I'm just like, crikey, Batman, I can't keep up.
It was hard to follow, for sure.
But I'm going to tally up the points, and then, Dan, you do Dave. No, it's R to the Icky. How you doing? Dan does that thing that he does so well as I tally up the points.
All right. I'll do that thing. So I'll make myself big while you tally up the points. Solo layout. Is that what they call it? All right, everybody. Now it's just me. You love me. You love me. Look at me. I'm joking. What's up, R2?
Drunk with power.
So, like we said in our commercial, just, do everything that you know what to do to help support the channel. Do your best to share, to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell people about Dan just made himself big. Said I'm huge. I'm like Ant-Man. I go small to big. But yeah, just support the channel any way you can. And it doesn't have to be financially. R2 missed it. I have a link in the comment section. Go support my daughter. She's selling these beautiful Girl Scout cookies. You don't have to just buy Thin Mints. There's a bunch there.
No, only Thin Mints.
Only Thin Mints. But yeah, that's it. And do what you do. Go throughout your week. Keep us in mind. Saying, hey, I wonder if they hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I wonder if I can help somehow. Like I said before, just put our videos on silent and just let it run. Run through maybe half your day or something and be like, oh yeah, I forgot this was running. We're just helping out a channel with watch hours, so that's it.
Do it for the children.
For the children. But that's it. Thanks, guys. Now back to
us. So, out of 10 possible points that Brahmastra could have gotten, Dan, how many do you think it received?
Just because Dave's in it, like 15, 20, I don't know.
Dave?
No, that's 8. I'll say 8.
You got 8, and you would be wrong, but close. It gets a whopping 9 out of 10. So Inside the Booth would recommend Brahmastra. You can watch it on Disney Plus if you do have it, or Hulu. It is available there. I do know on Disney that it comes English dubbed. I'm not sure on Hulu, which is, it's great for, us English-speaking folk, and you'll have great fun. Definitely my verdict for this film after watching this is, can India just please take over Disney?
Yes.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
For real. I'm not even trying to make a spoof. Like, the graphics, some of them need a little help, but lately, let's just be honest, Marvel's graphics need a little help. But
yep, that's right.
This film is great, freaking fabulous fun. Okay. And and also, just like RRR, this movie is very wholesome in that it just touches base with everything. It talks about, like, there's no agenda being pushed here. It is just a good, fun story, great dance numbers,
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of interesting music numbers. Like I said, this is a music video movie is what this is.
Yes.
And it's just focusing on the story without trying to tell you that women can't do this, men only care about that, and blah, blah. No, none of that in there. You have powerful women, you have helpless women, you have fun-loving guys, you have romantic guys, you have masculine guys. This is a beautiful combination thereof, very wholesome. And the fact that, again, with the fun colors and the music and everything, Disney could really learn something from India, could really benefit from India just coming
I
and
think so.
helping out.
So.
Really.
Yeah, I think so. For sure.
So that's what we got to say. Oh, hello.
What's up? He said, push me off the screen, let the sun shine. It's probably when I got big, right?
Who can make the sunshine, sprinkle it with dew? Dan can. Dave, no.
Dave for the children.
So, but yeah, guys, that would be our review of Brahmastra, and let us know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's fun. If you're going to see it, let us know. Come back
That's
to
it.
this and let us know in the comments section.
Yeah, leave some
what you liked
comments
about it.
down below.
Let us know what you liked about it. Do you agree with our verdict? Do you think that something else was bad or worse than what we talked about? Disney Bombay, Disney New Delhi Studio. I like it.
I love it.
I'd be okay with it. New
Me
Delhi
too.
Studio.
Or two, there's probably a lot of stuff you could clip out this beautiful video. Go back and watch from the beginning.
The clip, he's probably busy with all his other stuff.
I know he is. I know.
But thank you all for stopping in, popping in,
Thank you,
and
everybody.
hanging out with us. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you're not new to the channel, be sure to ring that notification button so that you get notified of all of our upcoming videos, because we go live every Sunday and Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern
Standard Time.
That's right.
That's right, everybody.
That's right.
Don't forget Soil Greener people. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't put the video.
Silent breed!